Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends. Today I want to share a message that has shaped my life in ways words can barely capture. It is a message whispered to us every single day, yet we often ignore it. A message so simple and yet so powerful. You grow every day, not by giant leaps, but by tiny, consistent steps. And this is what I call the strength of daily self-learning. The gentle power of learning little every day. Life teaches us lessons in the most unexpected ways. Not through loud events, not through grand revelations, but through moments that appear ordinary, until they change us forever. Daily self-learning is not just about reading books, or listening to lectures, or memorizing quotes. It is the courage to wake up each day and ask yourself one question. How can I be a better version of myself today? Not better than someone else. Not better than yesterday's competition. Just better than who you were. And that is enough. Life doesn't change in a day. It changes daily. Sometimes we wait for a miracle. We wait for that one moment when everything changes. When we become confident, when we become wise, when we become strong. But life doesn't work like that. Strength is not found in one day of extraordinary effort. Strength grows in the days when you quietly choose to learn, to reflect, to grow, even when nobody notices. It's the unseen days that build the seen success. Lessons don't always come from books. Daily self-education isn't limited to classrooms. It's not limited to teachers. It's not limited to degrees. Sometimes the greatest lessons come from the people around us. A child teaches us honesty. A stranger teaches us kindness. Failure teaches us humility. Pain teaches us courage. And time teaches us wisdom. Every person who crosses your path knows something you don't. Every experience you go through carries a message meant only for you. But you learn only when you choose to see the world with an open heart and a curious mind. Learning from life. Not running from it. Many people say they don't have time to learn. But the truth is, you don't need extra time. You just need an aware heart. You learn from a 5-minute conversation. You learn from a tough moment. You learn from a mistake that hurts. You learn from a blessing you never noticed. Self-learning is not a subject. It is an attitude. An attitude that says, every day has something to teach me, and I am willing to learn. Why daily learning makes you strong? Because knowledge alone doesn't make you strong. But learning consistently makes you humble enough to grow, brave enough to change, and strong enough to endure. Daily learning teaches you patience, gratitude, the emotional strength, the self-awareness, resilience, the clarity, purpose. It shapes your mind, it shapes your heart, and eventually it shapes your destiny. Your daily habits become your future. One page, one reflection, one lesson, one new thought, one small improvement every single day. Alone, they look like nothing. Together, they transform your entire life. Because one day you wake up and you realize that you are not who you used to be. You have grown quietly, gently, powerfully. And that, my friends, is the real strength of daily self-learning. Be patient with yourself. Self-learning is not a race. It is not a competition. It is not a deadline. It is a lifelong journey. A journey where you grow through what you go through. Some days you will learn confidently. Some days you will learn painfully. Some days you will learn beautifully. And some days you will simply learn to rest. Be patient with the process. Be patient with yourself. You are growing even when you cannot see it. Small daily steps shape extraordinary destinies. Aka 2,000 characters, every great life you admire, every success story you've heard, and every person who rose above their circumstances did it through one simple habit, taking small, consistent steps every single day. We often believe that transformation requires dramatic moments, loud breakthroughs, or sudden miracles. But in reality, your destiny is shaped quietly, silently, in the moments when no one is watching. It's shaped when you choose to learn for 10 minutes instead of scrolling for hours. It's shaped when you decide to read one chapter, listen to one inspiring message, study one new concept, or practice one new skill. These small actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they accumulate into something extraordinary. Daily self-learning is like adding drops into a cup. At first, the cup seems empty, but eventually it begins to fill, and one day you look and realize it is overflowing with wisdom, clarity, and strength. These small steps compound, and that is where real growth happens. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You just need to change what you do with one small piece of your day. If you commit to learning even a little every day, your future will thank you for the discipline, patience, and commitment you show today. Extraordinary lives are not built through giant leaps. They're built through consistent steps that slowly but surely take you toward a future far bigger than your past. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Everything you create, everything you believe, and everything you become begins in one place: your mind. It is your greatest tool, your greatest investment, and the strongest foundation you will ever build your life upon. Yet, most people protect their phones more than their thoughts, their social media more than their self-development, and their comfort more than their growth. The truth is simple: your mind will either empower you or imprison you, depending on what you feed it every day. When you choose daily self-learning, you are choosing to strengthen the very core of your existence. Your mind is like a garden. It will grow whatever you plant. If you plant doubt, fear, negativity, and limitations, your life will reflect that. But if you plant knowledge, inspiration, discipline, and purpose, everything you create will come from a place of strength. Learning daily enhances your thinking, sharpens your perspective, and expands your possibilities. Every new idea becomes a tool. Every new lesson becomes a bridge. Every new insight becomes a door to a future you never knew was possible. Never underestimate the power of a nourished mind. It has the ability to transform your world long before your circumstances change. When you take care of your mind daily, your mind will take care of your life. Self-education builds inner. Confidence is not something you magically wake up with. It is not something people hand to you, nor something that appears after success. Confidence is built privately, internally, through preparation and knowledge. When you invest time in learning every day, something powerful begins to happen within you. You start trusting yourself. You begin to feel capable. You begin to feel ready. And that self-trust becomes the foundation of true confidence. The world may applaud your success, but only you know the amount of learning, reflection, and growth that built that success. Daily self-education is a silent form of self-respect. It says, I may not know everything yet, but I am willing to learn. And that willingness is far more powerful than perfection. Knowledge reduces fear, because fear grows strongest in the areas where we feel unprepared. When you educate yourself, your fear gets smaller, your courage gets stronger, and your voice becomes clearer. You walk into challenges with a sense of calm because you know you have the tools to face them. Confidence isn't the loudest person in the room. It's the one who prepared long before the room existed. Learning helps you outgrow your old limitations. Your past is not a prison. It is a classroom. But many people stay stuck because they keep repeating old beliefs, old stories, and old limitations. And nothing changes until you change your way of thinking. Daily learning gives you the power to outgrow the version of yourself that once felt powerless or limited. Every time you learn something new, you expand what you believe is possible for you. You stop seeing challenges as walls and start seeing them as stepping stones. Growth requires discomfort, but discomfort becomes easier when you understand the lessons behind it. When you learn daily, you begin recognizing patterns in life. What holds you back? What elevates you? What drains you? And what transforms you? You become conscious of the beliefs that once kept you small. And the moment you become conscious, you can change them. Learning breaks old mental chains and replaces them with clarity, awareness, and strength. You begin to evolve into a version of yourself that your past self could only dream of becoming. That is the power of daily learning. It gives you permission to become bigger than your history and stronger than your fears. Consistency is more powerful than talent. Talent may put you on the map, but consistency keeps you there. Many talented people fail because they rely on natural ability, while many ordinary people succeed because they rely on discipline. Daily self-learning builds a level of consistency that is unshakable. It teaches you to show up even on days when motivation is weak, even on days when you feel tired, even when life feels heavy. That discipline becomes your superpower. When you learn daily, you train your mind to grow regardless of circumstances. You move from, I feel like it, to, I will do it. And that shift separates dreamers from achievers. Consistency compounds. The more you learn, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more you grow, the more you grow, the more unstoppable you become. It's not about being the best. It's about being committed enough to improve a little every day. One skill a day becomes mastery. One idea a day becomes wisdom. One step a day becomes progress. Consistency turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. Your future is built by the knowledge you choose today. Your future is not determined by luck, fate, or chance. It is determined by the choices you make today. And one of the most powerful choices you can make is to educate yourself daily. Every lesson you learn today becomes a foundation for tomorrow. Every new idea becomes a seed for your future opportunities. Every piece of knowledge becomes a tool that prepares you for doors that haven't opened yet. The world is constantly changing, and those who grow every day are the ones who stay ahead. Daily self-learning keeps your mind awake, your spirit alive, and your future expanding. You begin to attract better conversations, better decisions, better environments, and better possibilities. Knowledge shapes your voice, sharpens your vision, and strengthens your identity. It transforms you into a person who not only survives life's challenges, but rises above them with purpose and clarity. Remember this: your future self is watching your choices today and hoping you choose growth. When you learn every day, you build a future that is wiser, stronger, and far more fulfilling than the life you leave behind. My dear friends, if there is one message I want you to take away today, it is this: don't wait for life to teach you through storms. Learn from the breeze, the sunlight, the silence, the everyday moments. Grow a little every day. Reflect a little every day. Improve a little every day. Because the person who learns daily does not just survive. They rise, they shine, they evolve. And one day they inspire others without even trying. So stand tall, stand grateful, and continue learning, not for the world, but for the beautiful soul you are becoming. This is your journey. This is your evolution. And this is your strength.